Welcome to the Advice Show, media with the common sense approach. Now, this story is out of our own backyard. Now, here in Baytown, Texas, you have a school called Ross Sterling High School, and this young sister has braids in her hair. Well, she's being harassed by a cheerleading coach to take out her braids, or she was threatening her that she would not perform, and she is the only black cheerleader on the squad. Let's go roll the clip.
15-year-old Kimira Jean-Marie is a flyer on the Ross Sterling varsity cheer squad in Baytown.
The coach makes it hard to be on varsity.
She says the coach has been on her repeatedly about her hair, so much so that she claims it's damaged her self-esteem.
She makes me feel bad about myself, kind of.
This year, she says she had special braids done in the hope of meeting cheer requirements. Her mother says things really got out of hand last week when the coach told Kimira she wouldn't be able to perform at Saturday's football game if she showed up as she did at school, with her hair in braids, even though it was in a ponytail.
I said, if that's the case, put it in writing. Just put it in writing.
She says the school district refused. What is in writing are these Sterling High cheer guidelines, only stating hair must be pulled back in a secure ponytail, that the hair must not distract from the cheer environment, and that an administrator will determine if a hairstyle is disruptive.
I feel like she singles me out.
Kimira says other girls are given more leeway in hairstyles. Nowhere in the guidelines does it say anything about prohibiting braids. As the only African American on the cheer squad, she and her mother say the coach seems to be more adamant about complaints against her.
She's been harassed, she's been bullied by this particular teacher, and I'm tired of it.
Now, a spokesperson for Goose Creek Consolidated Independent School District says this was only a simple disagreement over hairstyles, telling us in part, quote, this student is not the only cheerleader who has been asked to correct her hairstyle or other parts of her uniform. Further, she was in no way reprimanded, punished, or kept from participating. She was simply reminded to use the agreed upon hairstyle. In no way do we discriminate or tolerate discrimination of any student.
Now, after the media pressure and people knowing what's going on and calling the school, the young lady got to perform anyway. But it took the media getting involved and local people questioning the school for this to happen. But we see this constant pattern of the attack of black girls and black women in the area of their hair. No other group of women go through what black women and black girls go through with their hair. It is wrong. It isn't right. It's very discriminatory. And you heard this girl say she was feeling bad about herself. She was, because come on, this is something that's part of you. Braiding and the things that we wear is part of our culture and what we like to wear. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, the rules say put in a ponytail. Every girl and even guy like myself know you can put braided hair that's that long in a ponytail. So you're still following the rules. You're not breaking the rules. The fact is that she did not want her to have that. But if she would have went and got some yaki and put that mess in her hair, then that would have been fine. It would have been no problem at all. They do not like when you black people are wearing braids or afros or things like that. I don't know why, because we don't worry about your hair. We don't want you to wear a certain hairstyle to make us feel comfortable. I mean, that tells you right there, this constant theme of worrying about what the black man or even black woman do with their hair is just on some white supremacy. You want to control black people that much to the point that you want to control their hair. You even had a protest in South Africa, that you wanted to stop girls from going to school because you didn't want them with afros and all this other stuff. What is it with y'all with that crap? Worry about your own hair. Nobody is telling you nothing about yours. Leave other people alone. The only time you should say something about a person's hair unless it's dirty, it has something going on with it that's, harming other people. But if it's not that going on, leave people alone. Because I know I'll be good and upset. I tell people, you better not mess with mine. You better not. Because if you mess with mine, I promise you not gonna mess with nobody else. Because I'm gonna put you on blast on this channel if you do that mess to my kids. I have a daughter that have braids in her hair. No, of course nobody hasn't told her anything. So I just don't play that game. Leave my children alone. Leave the other black children alone. Let them wear the hair they want to wear. I mean, she wasn't wearing no crazy colors or pink and red and tie-dye looking hair. It wasn't nothing like that that should be against the rules of school. No, it was just what she chose to wear. And this is why you wonder why some black girls and some black women have some self-esteem issues at times, because everything about them is ridiculed. Everything. But when you have other groups of people, like the counterparts on her team, would do the same thing similar to her, it's great. It's trendy. It's, you know, an awesome style to them. But when it's on the black girls or it's on the black women, it's ugly. You shouldn't have it. Or you talk about the lips of a black girl or black woman, how nasty it could be. But if it's on other people, it's so great. It's so stylish. Look at that girl, Kylie Jenner, how they always talking about her. She literally tried to morph herself into a black girl. All them Kardashians literally done that mess. But yet a black girl, 3 black girls couldn't get on like that. They have a natural look. It's just the way this country works. And it's messed up. And that's why I tell some brothers, back off sometime on some of your criticism of sisters, because they go through stuff just as much as we go through stuff. And no woman likes to be criticized like that. But they get criticized times 2 about stuff that they shouldn't really get criticized about. You know, this is a sad story and it's very upsetting. I'm glad the girl got to, you know, be on the cheerleading team, but I really want my daughter on the team after that. Well, you know, with some sort of white supremacist coach trying to run around and trying to pick on my child. Make sure you join us on our Patreon. We're asking that you pledge $5 on our Patreon page to help us continue to bring more videos. Hit me up in the comments, future commentaries, subscribe.